Welcome to Mitchell Elementary's Designs in Nature, Honeybees Center 1.
All right, Center 1 is called Beautiful Bees, and it is full of all kinds of information about honeybees. And the purpose of this center is to have students examine the structural design of a honeybee's body and to compare the life of a honeybee in days with a human life in years. So the first thing that you probably want to do is start with the anatomy of a worker honeybee and talk about the parts. Various grades have already studied insects, and so we'll be familiar with the idea that insects have a head and a thorax and an abdomen, but then this goes into more specific detail and interesting information. There are also handouts you can use. Be Happy, not handouts, but laminated sheets. Be Happy and what it's like inside of a beehive that go over the parts and some scientific background. And both this one and this talk about the roles of the queen, the worker bee, and their stages of development. And this goes over that as well. And the drones. So you'll start out with that. There is also a plethora of information in here in different packets. This packet has information about bee stings and some great anatomy close-up of the actual function and how the stinger works, and information about bee stings in people. And then a whole nother packet full of information that has information about other kinds of bees, look-alike bees, the bumblebee, and information on honeybee lookalikes, which is kind of a tie-in to the camouflage unit where they are mimickers. And then another sheet about the difference in bee bodies, the difference between the queen bee body, the worker bee body, and the drone. And there's information on the back that helps you compare and contrast the three types of honeybees. Three types of honeybees. And even more handouts about this center is full of all kinds of information that you will have to pick and choose what direction you want to go with it and what you want to emphasize, because then the other part of it is comparing these two really great charts that compare the life of a human being in years and the life of a bee in days. So that's another great compare and contrast discussion in terms of egg, larva, pupa, and then adult versus infant, child, youth, and adult. So after that, after you've gone through all of this fascinating, informative, technical stuff, we're hoping, and you can always help us out with this, that we will have bee bodies, dead bee bodies, that the students can look at and examine with hand lens.
Wait a minute, did I hear you right? We're looking for bee bodies?
Yes, we are. We're in search of bee bodies. If you happen to know where some dead bees have been hanging out in the windowsill of your attic or some other wonderful place like that, or if you happen to have a contact of someone that has a beehive and would love to share that with us, that would be fabulous. You can bring them in for your class, or if you have enough to share, please email us at mitchellhealth@gmail.com. That's the timeline part. Then for the older kids, and you could maybe do it with the younger kids, but for the older kids, there's what are those called? Velcro sheet with parts, labeling parts on the back. And so you could get all those parts out of here and have them I will pick an easy one, have them as a group label, and that sticks on there. And you go through it, and then you could check their answers with the key. We try to provide keys as much as we can. And let me check my notes. So, you want to talk about, focus kind of with the kids about the comparison between bees and humans, and typical activities that humans do versus typical activities that bees do, what their difference in their life cycle is, and just have the kids learn all about parts and the roles of bees from a scientific perspective. So there are also, as usual, wonderful books you can use to reference, and if you have any questions, you can email us at mitchellelf@gmail.com. And again, we are in search of bee bodies, dead ones preferably.